Hey guys, so this is Physicist Watches Movies, and today's movie is going to be Alien vs. Predator Requiem. This is a sequel to Alien vs. Predator in the new franchise, and I just watched the movie, so I thought I made a video on some physics in this movie that is a bit problematic. This is not a movie criticism, this is more of me just liking to talk about it, basically. So, Alien vs. Predator Requiem is about this like a hotshot predator, like a very experienced predator that is coming over after he learned about that there has been an outbreak on Earth of aliens, of the aliens of the species called, well, quote unquote alien. And he is coming to sort that mess that they're making, and because there was an outbreak in the other Predator ship. I know how this sounds. This is simply a sequel. If you haven't watched the movie, please watch it. I mean, I'm not getting paid for promoting it or something. I'm just saying it. I like the movie, not very much, but it's bearable. And this like hotshot predator fails at containment, and then the corporation Yutani, I'm not sure if it's Weyland Yutani yet, but I'm sure it's Yutani, because it annihilates everything with a nuclear weapon. So here's the thing. First and foremost, what's bugging me the most is as always, faster than light travel. There wouldn't be a science fiction movie possible. Okay, maybe not in total, but most of science fiction movies that handle extraterrestrial species, they have to have a faster than light travel, because as we know, the faster than the space is huge. Not just huge. I mean, it's unimaginably huge. I mean, I don't think human brains can handle these numbers. How huge the universe is. So you have to simply have some kind of you have to have like some type of faster than light travel in order to cover these huge distances, because as we know, so special theory of relativity says nothing can travel faster than light. Why is that so? Well, one interpretation of like photons can travel they can travel with the speed of light, and they are the only ones because photons have no mass. And since any particle with a mass, if you wanted to bring it up to the speed of light, you would simply need an infinite amount of energy, quote unquote infinite, right? There is no infinite amount of energy. We live in a finite universe, so unfortunately nothing can travel faster than speed of light. Not even with the speed of light, because as you start to push, or as you're starting to apply a force to a particle, you need some energy, because you need something to produce this force that is going to accelerate something. It's going to change its speed. It's going to accelerate it, so that it acquires more and more velocity. And as we know, since bodies with velocity, they have kinetic energy. Now this energy can be constant, but if you want to increase its speed, you have to increase the energy. So you have to have some type of energy. You have to constantly be putting more and more energy in order to increase the speed of the particle. And if the particle has mass, then you're not simply going to do it, because you would need an infinite amount of energy. The other thing that actually, so this, we're talking about like particles with mass. They can't travel even with the speed of light, let alone faster. So even if you want to like try to accelerate a spaceship to if you want to give it this, speed of light, or give it a greater speed, you're not gonna succeed. But it's the other thing that's also covered by this is simply this elder predator. I'm not sure how they're called. Sorry, by the way. Apology to all the fans out there. But he receives a signal like right after it happened. So I assume like it was a distress call from this small ship that separated from the big clan ship that was heading back to Earth. And they started shooting inside the ship, and the ship collapsed on Earth. And so the elder predator at the home planet, what I assume is a home planet. It's been presented as a home planet, so I'm assuming it's a home planet. The elder predator there received a signal, a distress signal. That is also not possible, unfortunately. No signal, no particle, no influence, if you will, cannot travel faster than the speed of light. What I don't understand, why didn't the ship that was inside the solar system receive the distress call? That's the part I'm actually bugged by, but no matter. It's a movie. Let's move on. Yeah, so the next thing I was watching is the plasma gun. That caught my attention, is the plasma gun. Now, could that really work? That is the question, right? Well, as much as we know about plasma, not exactly. So they call it the plasma gun. Now, who really knows? Like when you have a science fiction movie, a lot of things are hanging in the air. So they call it the plasma gun, or the plasma rifle. I'm not sure, but the word plasma is the thing that caught my eye. Plasma is ionized matter, right? So you pour some energy. It's usually ionized gas. So you pour some energy. You break off the electrons out of the outer shells, right? You can actually like break. You can pour enough energy into the atom and like plug out all of the electrons out of the atom. And so you get plasma, like, right? Those are simply ions that are either moving, inside some of container, or they're simply, for instance, you have ionized air when you heat it up with a lighter. You have to have it, right? So the thermal excitations ionize the air because they give it enough energy. But the thing is, if you want to have a plasma gun, this type of plasma gun, it would have to have some type of matter inside of it that you can ionize, and then you can shoot out, and that means you have to give it, in order for the Predator plasma gun to do so much damage. You simply have to, like, it should be able to like shoot out some type of matter that is highly ionized, and while it's traveling through the air, it really should be it should not the ionized matter that is traveling through the air will successively become less and less ionized. So it's gonna, because it's gonna acquire some electrons from the surroundings, and it's simply going to become less and less ionized. Now, the thing is, it's very sad that it's never been explained how it works, because then I would comment on that, and I think that would be very, very interesting. The next thing that caught my eye are the asteroids around the home planet. Now, I was thinking a bit about that. Now, there was so in the beginning of the movie, there's a shot where they zoom in the predator's home planet. And there are some asteroids that are around. I mean, I'm not sure really are there asteroids, but there are some kind of celestial objects that are I assume rocks by composition, some type of rocks, maybe some iron, some metal, so on and so on. So the first thing that popped into my mind that it was probably a moon that they maybe there was some kind of battle or something that they simply blown up. It got probably caught in the crossfire or something like that, right? So there was some type of battle going on, and so having debris in any form that close to your planet doesn't really sound that promising. That's the thing. So I mean, then I was thinking about maybe they don't care. Maybe the predators simply don't care because they have some type of technology that can protect them from it. But in any case, if I had that amount of space debris just sitting around somewhere in space in close proximity to my planet, and I had that awesome technology that they have, I'm sure I would do something about it, because that simply, I mean, perhaps maybe it's just a nuisance for them. Maybe they're so advanced they just don't care. But I really would take care of that. Yeah, also the next thing that caught my eye was the moment when the elder predator on Earth, when he got stuck underneath the road in the sewage system, I think, and he had this hand armor which he used to break through the concrete or break through the asphalt, right? And he just he did it with such ease. He just went through it, right? Well, I have. That's actually a good. That's actually a. I mean, the scene looks awesome. No doubt about it. But I'm not sure it will work. Here's the thing. I mean, it seems that I've seen it. They presented this elder predator as a very, very, very tough predator. So he is probably one of the best, or the elite ranking predator. But here's the thing: when you are when he stroked the when the armor went around his hand, I mean, you would have to use a very, very, very great force, very high amount of force to break through the concrete, through the asphalt. And yeah, okay, armor. He used this armor to protect his hand. But the question is, so I immediately asked myself, well, what about the rest of his hand? If he broken through, I mean, okay, so his fist was protected, but the force would go through his bones and through his through the rest of the hand. How does the rest of the hand handle it? I mean, for instance, if he had some type of an exoskeleton or something, it would be perfectly fine. Well, perfectly fine. From the science fiction point of view, it would be, if you ask me, I would be perfectly content. No problem there. So there's I did watch some YouTubers and some other YouTube videos where people are discussing how come predators are so strong and so resilient and so on. And yeah, so one was the last Predator, right, movie. They said it was because they are genetically modified. Okay, let's not get into that. But God, but the other said because maybe they have this maybe they're living on a very massive planet which has a strong gravitational force, and that's why they had to develop this strong skeleton and very strong muscular build, and so on and so on. Okay. Sorry. Okay. To be honest, I'm not very sure what that would I'm not sure if that would be enough. So in order to have this much force, the thing is we have no information on how predators really are, how strong is their skeleton. That's why I'm having a bit trouble with this subject. So the thing is, maybe from the science fiction perspective, they really can do this without any problems. I mean, the movie depicted that they can. I'm not so sure because it's a lot of force. Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, these were my thoughts on the movie physics. This is my first YouTube video, so please don't be a very harsh critic. I would like to continue creating more videos, and please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Bye.